up, everybody? Welcome to this segment of Keith's Clubhouse, the segment of Keith's Corner where we're talking nothing but straight sports. Today, we're talking the NBA playoffs. Yes, the play-ins are finally done, and the brackets are set. So, let's get into it. So, in the first round, we got the Suns and the Pelicans. The Pelicans surprised everybody. They eliminated my Spurs in the play-in. I really thought the Spurs were going to take that one, but hats off to them. Not only did they knock off the Spurs, but they even knocked off the Clippers, sans Paul George, but still, they even knocked off the Clippers. I did not expect that to happen, but their luck runs out when they run into the Suns. So Suns are going to take that one. Then we got the Mavs and the Jazz. Luka Doncic will be out for Game 1, so I'm definitely going to give the even though it's Game 1, either way, I'm giving the series to the Jazz. Donovan Mitchell, they're the more complete team in my opinion. Something has to happen in Dallas because I just don't think they got the right pieces. They played well after the All-Star break, but I just don't see contender written on them. Golden State and the Nuggets, giving it to. This might be a completely different series if the Nuggets had Michael Porter Jr. And if they had Murray too, but they don't. They're not expected to be back, so that changes things drastically. They got the potential MVP in Jokic, but I just don't think it's enough. The championship pedigree of Golden State will win out, so I'm going to take Golden State for the win. Then we got the Grizz and the Timberwolves. This is going to be a great battle of just young, up-and-coming teams, but I think the biggest star out of it, Anthony Edwards, is going to be a bona fide star. That kid can score, but right now, the only bona fide star is, Ja Morant. The guy is what I think Anthony Edwards will become, but he's not there yet. Ja Morant is. I'm going to give it to the Grizz. I do really like the Timberwolves. They got a lot of grit, a lot of fight. So I say the Grizz will probably take it in 6. And then we're going in the next round. It'll be the Suns and the Jazz. Suns and the Jazz, I think that's going to be a great series. But at the end of the day, I don't see anybody in the West. Spoiler alert, I don't see anybody in the West knocking off Phoenix. So I'm going to give the win to Phoenix. Then in the next round, Golden State and the Grizzlies. Grizzlies will put up a fight. They are very tough. But again, that championship pedigree of Golden State will come through. And they will get past the Grizzlies. So that leaves us with the Suns and Golden State in the Western Conference Finals. And I think that's where Golden State's run ends. And they're going to have to figure something out in the summer of what they want to do. Klay Thompson just has not looked like the Klay Thompson of old. I hope he gets back to that form. I'm a big fan of Klay Thompson. But this will be the end of the road for Golden State as the Phoenix Suns will move on. Now let's go on to the East, where the Heat and the Hawks. The Heat have a lot of heat going on in the locker room, and Trae Young has been on fire. But I don't think it'll be enough. I still pick the Heat to outlast the Hawks. They'll probably do that in 6 too. I'll give Trae Young just because Trae Young is that good. The 76ers and the Raptors, I'm going to pick the Raptors to upset Philly. I think Philly has the better roster, but James Harden, that's with James Harden on the roster. And, James Harden just hasn't given anybody any reason to have faith in him in the playoffs. Raptors upset the Sixers, book it. And then the Bucks and the Bulls. The Bucks and the Bulls, I'm going to take the Bucks. Again, another person who kind of chokes in the playoffs, DeMar DeRozan. He had an amazing first half of the season, kind of leveled off in the second half of the season. Plus, they lost Lonzo Ball for the season. So, definitely the Bucks, no question about it. Taking them. And then we have the Celtics and the Nets. I think that's going to be the best series of the entire first round. A lot of people think that the Celtics could upset, but I think the experience and the championship pedigree again of KD and Kyrie will come through, and I'm gonna pick them. But that might go all the way to Game 7. That may go all the way to Game 7. Nets in 7. In the second round, we got the Heat and the Raptors. And again, I just think the Heat have probably they have the better roster. I think the Raptors have the younger roster, but the Heat again have that more experienced roster with Jimmy Butler and then Eric Spoelstra too. So I think the Heat will out coach the Raptors. I'm gonna take the Heat. And then we have the Bucks and the Nets. That's gonna be probably the best second round series. And if I'm just being honest, I think whoever wins this series will go on to win the championship, which in turn, I'm picking the Nets. I'm going to say the Nets will win. So then it'll be the Nets and Heats in the Eastern Conference Finals. And again, as I said, it'll be the Nets. And then that leaves us with our championship game, Suns and the Nets, or championship series, I should say, the Suns and the Nets, and it's going to be the Nets. The Nets will do what they should have done last year. I don't think if they were healthy last year, even with James Harden, if they were healthy last year, I don't think the Bucks would have won the championship. So I think they're going to have to scratch and claw to get there and drag their way to the finish line, but they will eventually do it. Sucks for Chris Paul and the Suns again. But it is what it is. I think the more talented team, you just got there's too much talent between Kyrie Irving and KD for them not to take this. And they're healthy now, and they're possibly getting Ben Simmons back. That's going to be the X factor. So your 2022 NBA champions, the New Jersey Nets, or the Brooklyn Nets. I'm sorry, the Brooklyn Nets. And pretty much that's it. I think the surprise in that will be Kyrie will get the Finals MVP. All right. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. I appreciate y'all posting up with your boy. Get your ass back out on the corner.